welcome to Sir-Kenneth's Talk Show!
Good day and welcome back to this new edition of Sir-Kenneth's Talk Show. Today we'll be doing a review on the movie Inside Out, the animated movie. But before we begin, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content from Sir-Kenneth. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so before I dive into the movie itself, I'd just like to say this. Inside Out is not a nice movie, at least not for me. And before you all come for me in the comments, let me explain to you why. Okay, at the end of this episode, I don't know, we might find common ground, but I'm going to say this: Inside Out is not a good animated movie, at least not to me. However, I think that the story, it's beyond just a kid's story. It is it talks about technically it talks about mental health, because it portrays this child, and like a child in the movie, I think it's Riley, and how she manages all her emotions. Her emotions are joy, sadness, disgust, fear, and anger. As growing up as children, we all, even as adults, we all have each of these emotions, and we don't often yes, we control them, but it's not all the time that we feel that we can actually control ourselves. Like at times we get angry, like without being able to control our anger. We get sad without being able to control our sadness. Like when you hear maybe a loved one has passed away, you feel sad. You can't control your sadness at that moment. Just like when someone annoys you, you can't control your anger at that moment. Just like when someone does something really good to you, you can't control your joy at that moment. So this movie just portrays like a child, and struggling to control all of these emotions at a time. That was the first movie, and I saw the second movie. The Inside Out 2 came out this year, and I actually checked Inside Out 2 before checking out Inside Out, like the first movie, because there was so much hype around this movie when it just came out. Like everyone on social media was like Inside Out 2, Inside Out 2. Like I was like, wow. I mean, I had not yet even seen the first one, but I just had to check this second movie out, this sequel, just because of all the hype it was getting online. And I did check it out. And in the second movie, Riley is a teenager. Teenagers and their moods. Teenagers are always moody all the time. And in addition to joy, sadness, disgust, anger, and fear, she has like three more new emotions in her teen years, which are anxiety, embarrassment, and the other one is, I can't remember what the other one was named, but there are three more emotions. And anxiety is like at the center of this movie. As teenagers, we feel a lot of anxiety. We feel so anxious whenever we meet new people. Like whenever we meet new people and we try to fit in, teenagers, it's a stage in life where you feel like if you're not cool, it's either you're cool. Like if you're not cool at that stage, then you'll never be cool for the rest of your life. I feel like we all went through that stage in life. Like we try to fit in with the cool kids or the losers. If you're not cool, you're obviously a loser. So I feel like this second movie was like showing how teenagers deal with anxiety through Riley, because she has her friends, her close friends, which she goes to school with. But because she's about to move into high school, and when she's like, her friends tell her they're going to move to a different high school, and that's when she begins to feel a lot of anxiety. Like, how is she going to cope in high school alone? Because she had just two friends. How was she going to cope without those two friends of hers? So it was really, really difficult for her. It's a really difficult thing for her to accept. And in the course of the movie, she gets a lot of anxiety, meeting new people, joining a new hockey team, and everything. It was so difficult for her, to cross that stage in life. It was really, really difficult. But you know how movies are. At the end, this movie teaches us that you can't have only one emotion. Because in the movie, it's a battle between joy and anxiety. Joy, the emotion joy. She tries to take over Riley's mind so Riley can be happy all the time. But at the end of the movie, they both realize that they don't get to decide who Riley gets to be. She gets to feel. She has the right to feel all of those emotions at a certain point in life. So she has the right to feel embarrassed. She has the right to feel happy. She has the right to feel sad. She has the right to feel anxious. all of those emotions are what make up a normal human being, and they realize it at the end of the movie. So yeah, it is what it is at the end of the movie. And she kind of like makes up with her friends, like, because she was really pissed at them for leaving her in high school alone. But they kind of make up, and they're friends again. So this movie is, I started this video by saying it's not a nice animated movie, but it is a nice movie. Okay, it's a nice movie, but not a nice animated movie, because I love, when I watch an animated movie, I want to feel the inner child in me, like a movie like Encanto. That's an animated movie I will rock every day, because it lights up that inner child in me. Like I just feel like I just feel happy when I'm watching Encanto, The Lion King, Shrek. Those are all amazing animated movies, which I think like are meant, are destined for kids. But Inside Out is a Pixar movie, and I have noticed this with Pixar. Most of the animated movies are not necessarily destined for kids. They are mostly for the adult audience, because I feel like the adults resonate more with these movies than the kids, if I can say so. Because how many children will understand how to manage the emotions? How many children will understand what it means to be disgusted, or to be happy, or to be sad and anxious and all of that? So I feel like this Pixar movie is destined for adults. And it kind of reminded me of the Pixar movie Soul. So when it came out in 2020, I think it was during the pandemic, it came out in 2020. The movie was getting a lot of hype online, and I really didn't get what the hype was about after I saw that movie. It was just too serious for my liking, okay? And I did love that it was a strong, all-black cast. I think it was voiced by Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx was in the movie, Felicia Rashad. And, I really did love the cast, and I really loved the energy they brought to the movie. I'm always down to support anything black. But, it wasn't like an animated movie I would like to watch. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It was just way too serious. If that was like a movie, like a live action movie, then it would have made more sense to me. But why make an animated movie look so serious? That's what I've never understood with Pixar. Because animations they're supposed to be animations, you know what I'm saying? Like, make people feel happy, make children feel happy. But when it's all serious, I don't know if you're still targeting kids, but I don't know. And if you're targeting adults, why don't you just make a live action instead of an animated movie? Anyway, that's just what I think, okay? But I think Inside Out 2 is a good movie, but not a good animated movie. It could be a good live action movie, but not a good animated movie. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. That's just what I think. However, I think Inside Out 2 is a top contender for the Academy Award for Best Animated Movie, because I don't know if there's any other animated movie that's come out this year that has gotten so much hype. Moana 2 comes out, I think, in November, December. So I really don't know if there are any other contenders for Best Animated Movie. But so far, I think Inside Out 2 is the top contender. Yeah. So, have you seen Inside Out 2? Have you seen Inside Out at all? If you have, I would like to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. Do you think it is a top contender for the Academy Award for Best Animated Movie? Or do you think otherwise? I'd like to hear your thoughts down in the comments section. Yeah. And y'all must have noticed a portrait. Yeah, someone said it looks so good it should be in a museum. And you know what? I kind of agree. Okay, I agree with you. Stay tuned, Sir-Kenneth Talk Show, and do not miss another amazing episode. Please remain blessed always. Bye. Peace.